This legacy powerhouse doesn't really see play in Vintage, but that doesn't mean a blue 3/2 flyer for one can't get in the red zone. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Donation Decklist Wednesday. Trying to finish up our backlog here. We have a pair of donation decklists that will be on the stream tonight. First one is Epion has a Delver of Secrets vintage deck for us. I think the main thing was Sean was trying to make a Flare of Denial deck work. We actually played against him on a previous stream where he hit us with a Spell Stutter Sprite and then a Ninja to back the Spell Stutter Sprite. And then, you can use Flare of Denial. Unfortunately, the cards that I just said are not very powerful Magic cards. So we have upped the power level of the cards. And we're mostly playing a Psychic Frog deck. This is a Psychic Frog, Delver of Secrets, good blue spells deck. I have reasonably high hopes for this against a variety of different matchups. Some of the choices in the deck are very interesting to me. There's a Chain of Vapor in here. There's no Mox Pearl for our 2 Lavinias plus sideboard cards. I kind of like the high number of non-basics that are searchable just to have more in the deck for the Wasteland metagame. But maybe having a couple more fetch lands would have been good for things like Cruise and Delver and that kind of thing. But I'm just going to play it as is, and we can pick out things that we see along the way. There's 2 Ponders in this deck, which is interesting. You kind of feel like Ponder's a card you want to play 4 of, and we're on an extremely high number of counter spells. Counter spells with like Flusterstorm and Spell Pierce also get better with fetch lands, holding open the ability to play around Wasteland. So that's another thing. This deck's probably pretty good at using No Rod, even though it can't play it out fast. It can protect it pretty well. And doesn't get hurt by it, which is nice. And then there's a lot of interesting cards that Sean has chosen to use in the sideboard here. We'll see how those play out over the course of the evening. So pretty straightforward. This is just good blue spells deck. We haven't had a Delver of Secrets deck in Vintage in a long time. It's kind of an underpowered card. You see it get cut a lot, even in like Legacy Delver decks, especially post-board. So I'm interested to see how it plays out here with its new best friend, the Frog. So we're on 11 creatures plus Lurrus and a pile of blue spells. We'll see what we can do in round 1. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content? Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. Okay, round 1, Delver of Secrets. I have a cat. I have a Delver. Oh, I also have a Psychic Frog. That's interesting. Well, I'm definitely keeping. I just copy and pasted the list, Highstar. You can make direct any questions to the deck creator. I would certainly be building. I would not play Chain of Vapor. I would definitely play Sink into Stupor over Chain of Vapor, but it is what it is. I almost don't even know if you're supposed to play turn 1 Frog because you kind of want it to resolve, and we don't have force backup. But what is this? Why are we so shiny? Where is a Hypnosis Toad? So I think this is the new Summoning Sick visual from Magic the Gathering online here. I thought I wouldn't care because I have the animation turned off, but it is still quite noticeable. Am I just dead? What does this start here? I mean, it is definitely more apparent, which is probably what they were going for, but well, the good news here is Saga down. The bad news is I still don't have a force. But the minute I have a force, we're probably in a great spot. Flusterstorm. That's kind of an awkward one. Because if my opponent is on Jewel and they play a Jewel next turn, Flusterstorm is not helping me. I'm going to play Ponder and try to find a force. I have 7 forces in my deck and Flare. Black Lotus. Uncastable Lavinia. I guess it's not uncastable if I get this fetch land. Do I want Black Lotus here? I don't really know if I do. I just want to force, but Black Lotus at least lets me hold up Chain and Fluster, which is something. So I guess I'm going to do it. But then I'm just drawing a fetch land next turn, and I don't even want that. I just want to force, but I can't guarantee a force. So what do we do with our lives? I mean, Lavinia is good. I guess I theoretically could not end up not cracking this Black Lotus. I guess I'm drawing with the frog too. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I will hopefully try to live with these magic cards. If we cannot live with these magic cards, it is what it is. My opponent didn't have a... I mean, they have 6 mana now. Yeah. I could at least, like, chain a Jewel in response to a Metamorph, so at least that's something. They should have Workshop Jewel after. I'm also drawing Workshop off the top, or the Jewel off the top. I mean, none of those things, like what you just said, none of that things beat a Jewel, though. That's the problem. I guess I have Flusterstorm for a PO, but... Chain of Vapor can't really make Frog big thing because you don't have that many permanents in the deck. If my opponent fizzles here, like, they just lose, right? Wait, what? Oh, I mean, they are very dead then. We're just going to steal the Jewel with our Frog. If they go to PO it, then I can Flusterstorm that, so... I mean, Jewel... turn 1 creature is kind of good against Jewel. All right, so they do have a PO, it looks like. But I have a Fluster, so... Oh, they have a Sink into Stupor. I see. I see. All right, well... I still have a Fluster. They could pay one and force the other. I could have played around this possibly by playing Lavinia. But then I have to crack for white and blue, which doesn't really work for me, so... Oh, now they're probably not actually going to be able to pay for this Fluster, because they would need to have 2 forces now, which means I'm getting a Jewel and 3 cards and winning the game. 100% winning the game. Sinking to Stupor is really powerful with Coveted Jewel, but counter magic is counter magic. And Fluster was enough here. Fluster is normally not amazing against Jewel. You board it out a lot of times, but... Cool. I get my own Jewel. And an Ancestral and a Spell Pierce. Things are looking up. And another card from my Frog. Oh. Well then. I guess what we do is... I'm just going to go Delta for a white source. And then I'm going to go white, blue, Lavinia. Then I'm going to Ancestral myself, and then I'm going to play a Delver, and I'm going to pass with the Lotus up, probably. My opponent is drawing. Looks like they found 1 force, but I still have a Spell Pierce here, so... Flusterstorm was really good there, because I guess a force would not have beat Sink into Stupor with the force backup, so... So we get a Lavinia. I'm going to get... I'd rather just resolve this Ancestral. I don't really care about a Delver. Oh, that's Demonic Time Walk, right? Yeah, I'm down to do that. Demonic. No. They tried to bounce my Frog with Sink into Stupor. I mean, they had a plan. Their plan just didn't work. All right, so I'm going to bring in Null Rods, and I'm going to bring in Steel Sabotages. I mean, it's not animated, because I have animations off, but it is definitely larger and more in... I mean, if the goal was to make it more apparent that a card is summoning sick, they have done the goal. You know? If that was the goal, then they succeeded. So Fluster was amazing in that game, but I still think it's a card that I'd like to board out. Probably want to board out an island as well. Chain I don't really like either. So it's Chain, it's a weird one. And then we could bring in Spreading Seas. I don't really feel like that's what we want to do though. So I mean, that's not really the issue that it's supposed to be solving. You know, a lane doesn't have summoning sickness until it stood up, so I mean, that's not really what it's supposed to solve. And they already fixed that problem by showing which land was the most is recently played. That you can find that information. I don't think that's a problem they need to solve. Let's just take these cards out. Like that's like if you like highlight a land, it says newly controlled. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know what it looks like for everyone else who keeps animations on, but I turn all of my Magic Online animations off. Like cards, summoning sickness animation, everything is off for me. Don't need to introduce more ways for the client to lag or get stuck or anything like that. So Mox, Bobble. Ugh. Well, I have to force this Bobble, unfortunately, just because of the way my hand is set up. I think normally I really wouldn't have to force this Bobble, but against my hand of exactly Black Lotus, Black Lotus, I think it's just force this. Man, maybe. Oh, I mean, I think summoning sick, like it's good to have an animation for summoning sickness. I don't think that's a problem. Like which creatures can attack and that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to play turn 1 Lavinia, so I'm gonna play this force on this Bobble, even though I'm not really happy about it. All right. That's actually kind of a nice draw because it lets us use some of this extra blue mana. Though we do have to beat constructs, which we should be able to do, but we do technically still need to do that. I guess I cannot spell Pierce a force there, which would be unfortunate, but... All right, so I have a Lavinia in play, which means it should be hard for them to cast anything like a One Ring. They can cast a Metamorph and Lavinia, my Lavinia, but I played the spells that I wanted to get out from underneath that. I assume they're just going to make Construct tokens. It looks like they have double Saga, so I need to find a better answer to Construct tokens than the things I have in play at the moment. We have one Dress Down in our deck. Yeah, we won game 1 pretty easily. Just hit him with a frog. All right, well, we have 2 Steel Sabotages. Those are technically answers to constructs, but there are 4 constructs coming, so... We are currently losing, and we don't actually have that many ways in our deck to beat construct tokens. Just being on the draw with no wastelands is a little rough. We have a Dress Down, but we don't have 2 lands or the Dress Down in hand, so... While this is all tapped out, I think I would rather just kill one now. Well, I guess it probably doesn't matter because my opponent can't cast spells anyways, so. But I can have 6 now, so who's the real winner? They just need to get a Soul Ring off of this one so they can make another Saga token. Yeah, I don't think we're beating Saga tokens here. Yeah, we should have attacked with Lavinia. That's true. Missed the 2 damage. Workshop. I mean, we're just gonna lose this game. I don't think we have to draw Ancestral probably. We're just not gonna win this game. On the draw, my opponent had double Mox and Saga, and we had no Wastelands. It's pretty much going to be tough to win unless we have Dress Down. Our deck should probably have more Dress Downs. I'm not really sure why we ended up on 1 Dress Down. I would love having like 3 or 4 Dress Downs in this deck, but maybe 2 Dress Downs. I mean, we don't even have Saga, so we can play as many Dress Downs as we want. I think that's just a deck building error. I don't really see any reason not to be playing more Dress Downs. I mean, we don't have to play Lavinia. Like, I just don't see a reason to be white either. Like, these Lavinias don't need to be here. Don't really feel like Lavinia is a card that matters very much. I mean, I don't feel like you playing Saga prevents you from playing Dress Down either. I think you can just play as many Dress Downs as you want to play. If your deck is bad against Construct tokens, just put more Dress Downs in it. Especially if you're a Lurrus deck, it's pretty free. But like I said, I didn't make any changes to the deck list. We're just playing it as is, which is fine. And we'll just think of things as we go. And keep a notes, and we'll at the end we'll have lessons learned. Necrodominance is not a card in Vintage. Lavinia is like good against my opponent's deck for what it's worth. Like it made it so they can't play a One Ring, they can't play a Jewel, they can't do anything. It's just Lavinia is like splashing a whole other color for no reason and never comes down in a unless you have Black Lotus, like specifically, it's not going to come down in a time that's going to work for us here. Yeah, any blue card is playable. Like it's totally. I mean, but our deck doesn't need blue count. Our deck is like 40 blue cards. We can concede this game. Like I said, if you don't have a Wasteland, it's going to be tough, especially being on the draw. And we really needed. We just need to play more Dress Downs in our deck. I didn't realize we had 4 Null Rods. That's kind of awesome, actually. Maybe I need to keep this spreading season. I don't really like the idea of spreading seas because it fixes Jules' problem of they don't have blue mana, but I guess Mental Misstep is pretty garbage anyways, though Mental Misstep might just be correct in this situation because our deck does want to cast a lot of free spells. Like Bobble is pretty good against our forces in our plan here. Can I take? I don't really want to take out any more lands though. I don't feel like we have enough lands in our deck. I mean, Snap is an Ambush Viper. It's pretty good against Jewel sometimes, but no, I think Delver's actively fine here. Don't really have a problem with Delver. I don't really feel like I need Probe, to be honest. Try that. Like this is one of the matchups where Delver should be very good. It's an early threat. It makes it hard for them to play a Jewel that doesn't immediately win the game. And you can just ride a bunch of counter spells to victory. No lands for my Lorien revealed. Unfortunate. No lands for my anything. I just snapped this off on the draw. Well, this one has a land, but it doesn't have anything else. So that's not great. Just gonna jam a Ancestral on their upkeep here. I guess they probably shouldn't have brought in negation actually, so I'm okay to jam an Ancestral on my turn in case I hit like Sapphire. There's like no way they should have brought in negation against me, so Force of Will though. Okay. We're gonna lose this game. My opponent is on 7 on the draw with Jewel, and I have no forces or anything. Well, maybe Wasteland, Saga Gaming. Not a strong start from them, so maybe there's a chance. Probably I'm supposed to play Delver and then waste, just so my opponent has less knowledge of what's going on. Perfect basic island, Lavinia to Vampiric Shooter hand. Ancient Tomb. Monolith is really good here. How much I can do. Vexing Bobble. That one doesn't matter. Lander spells? Strip Mine. Yeah, I'll reveal Strip Mine. I'll really show it to him. I'm going to Strip Mine here, even though it's not like a Saga or anything. Oh, this deck should absolutely be playing basics. It's almost mono blue. That's not a question. This deck should absolutely be playing basics. I cut one basic post board because you don't need it in the matchup, but immediately they draw a Saga. Though if they don't have another Ancient Tomb, then this Lavinia will stop them. I keep showing them the card because I'm going to play it, which I think is fun, but crack the Vexing Bauble, just find a force. Oh, but yeah, okay. So they cracked the Vexing Bauble so they could pitching force my Lavinia. Sure. I don't really like the fact that I have black and white splashes, basically. Well, if they have an Ancient Tomb or a Mox plus a land here, I believe we're going to lose. Black Lotus. Don't really feel like that does it. Oh, are they gonna play they're gonna play. Yeah, Monolith does. Yeah, that's really bad. And like I said, we don't have enough dress downs in our deck. Just gonna lose to the Saga. I mean, this is kind of my fault. And actually it's 100% my fault, because I did choose to strip mine the Ancient Tomb. But I mean, I believe they top decked the Saga. If they had a second Saga, they would have just played it. So just a little bit unlucky. Spell Pierce is terrible here. Yep. We're just gonna lose. I think this is just, I mean, I don't know. I felt like strip mining there was fine, but we only have one dress down in the deck and we haven't drawn it, so I mean, that's, I think, a deck building error. There's no real reason to lose to Saga if you just build your deck to beat it. But building your deck, not building your deck to beat Saga and then losing to Saga is not a good look. Like, this matchup should be a bye, and we're gonna lose, which is not acceptable. $16. If we draw a black land, we might have enough to get a dress down and still win this game. Holy shit. Okay. They brought in Masticore. I guess we have 4 null rods, so that makes sense. I mean, that's gonna beat us too. Okay. 6-4. I guess I'm not surviving. So I just need to draw dress down now. Or sabotage. Treasure Cruise, and we don't have any any spells in our yard. Yeah. All right. I guess I should just see if they have a thing to pitch. I mean, they do. But we did mulligan quite a lot in this game, so that's also part of the problem. We mulled a 5 and then had our Ancestral Force. My opponent drew 3 forces out of 4 forces, which is not ideal either, and was able to cast both of them. All right, they kept the card in hand so that the Masticore is not going to die. So even if we were to kill both of these constructs, we still have a huge problem. I don't know. There's like outs with Ancestral. This is not it. Nope. That's dead. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think this is just strictly deck building problems. That matchup should be a completely free buy, and it wasn't. Just playing one dress down here does not look acceptable to me. That would be what I would change. Okay, I got a cap. I've got Island, Basic Island, Flusterstorm, Negation, 2 cards I can't cast yet. I mean, this is a keep. It's going to cover a lot of different decks, so see what happens. Keep. Yeah, I mean, we had mulligan issues, and like I said, I could have chosen not to strip mine the Ancient Tomb. I did not have to. Maybe I'm supposed to hold up Island here for show and tell. I don't have to strip mine that Ancient Tomb, and maybe it's just a huge misplay, but I still think that we don't have enough answers to, like, if we just don't draw, like, there are games that are going to happen where we don't draw the wastelands, and you have to be able to answer construct tokens when you don't have wasteland. Like, sometimes you'll just have wastelands and their Saga looks silly, But sometimes you just won't have wastelands, and you can't just sit there and have nothing, no answers to Saga tokens. That's not really acceptable in the format right now. So they had turn 1 Ring in their Tropical Island Underground C deck. I'm just gonna get rid of this Fluster. I feel like we need to rebuild with this Frog. So I'm gonna get rid of the Fluster. They're down to 2 cards. We're down to 3 cards, and in pretty similar spots. We drew Demonic Tutor. I really wish we would not draw our black splashes and our white splashes when we have Basic Island as our only land. That's another thing that I think 4 Ponders might help with. Saga Gaming. And Demonic. Jesus. Just gonna force this. Can't really let them get like another Saga. So the question is, what are we demonicking for? I mean, it's got to be Ancestral. Yo, thanks, Tex. Hoping my opponent doesn't have another mana in their hand here. They have a mana in their hand. Cruise is a lot worse because I have 1 less card. I want to be able to like island into Ponder into Wasteland. Like I need to hit Wasteland, chat. So you have to go Ancestral here. I did not hit Wasteland. Also, this Lorien revealed not being a land, so I can't play a Null Rod, which would have also worked fine, is something. Okay, well. I looked 7 cards deep, so. I do have, I guess, Snap Demonic for our dress down, but it's a lot of work. No, we're not dead here. We're just behind, and we really shouldn't be, but Ancestral is 3 random cards. So sometimes it doesn't work out. Ooh, my opponent just made the classic Mana Vault mistake of thinking that they're in their main phase because the Mana Vault triggered and losing their floating mana off of Saga. That's a classic. Very annoying little interaction there. All right, so my opponent is going to only elect to make 1 construct token. I assume that means they have some very strong play here. Am I just getting Vault Keyed? That's incredible. I forced the Demonic, right? Okay, I'm not getting Vault Keyed. Jeez, I was so scared. I wonder why they went for Key. There must be a reason. They must have hard cast Force, right? It must be hard cast Force. In that case, what's my best line? Get my Null Rod forced. It must be hard cast Force. That leaves us with at least Snapcaster on the following turn. Yeah, okay. So that play makes sense now. All right, they're at 0 cards and a construct. We've got a Snapcaster and a Lurrus. So we are currently winning. The Snapcaster can just block every turn with a Lurrus once I get the Lurrus going. So unless they top deck something good before we get our engine online. That's that's a good one. Yeah. That's really good because now they can draw an extra card every turn. That's what the card I thought they were going to get off of their Saga. But they ended up getting a key so they could hold up Hardcast Force. I guess the 1 mana they floated by accident didn't matter at all. So the question is going to be, where do we go from here? It might just be a Snap Ancestral, which gives us more options than something like Snap Demonic. So this is, I guess I can't chump forever because they have a manifold key. So I do need to actually answer this construct token with either a chain or a dress down. I did forget about that. Lorien revealed looking kind of bad here. I guess I could just go for the chain right now, but then I'm pretty far behind. I like the idea of Snap Ancestral. Also gives us a lot of options in terms of drawing my other Null Rod, drawing there's a lot of different things we can draw from here. Wasteland. Actually, none of these things do anything. So that's not ideal. Let's take their black source out. The good news is they don't actually have 3 mana right now to use their key. But I am in trouble. Okay, so I at least have a chump turn here. And then, I mean, because I use my Wasteland, I'm actually a mana away from Lurrus still. I don't care about Black Lotus very much. I could always cast Lorien Revealed here. What is this? They're going to use the Mana Vault to spin? That feels ambitious. Do they have a Citadel that they know about? So they're going to draw with their top and make a Citadel? Is that what's happening? That must be what's happening, right? That's the only reason you would do this. No, they have a Lorien Revealed. All right, well. I have a Lurrus still coming with a Snapcaster in my yard. I feel like just countering that is a totally fine use of resources. And then, what do we draw? Flusterstorm? Doesn't really do anything. Am I going to want to be able to fetch here? Probably not. All right, so next turn, I have Lurrus plus Null Rod, but then I'd have to chump with my Lurrus. I can do Lurrus plus Snap plus not a really no real good spells though. It's gonna be pretty close. But a Null Rod is pretty good on this board, but I still need to beat the Construct token, which apparently my deck just does not have any tools for. Is there a Repeal in my deck? No. We were just expecting to never have a Saga go off. Don't think I'd buy that one. No, Saga is not greater than all. Saga is greater than bad deck building. Can we like be real for 1 second? This is like saying, you know, like, oh, I can't beat Bazaar, but I refuse to put anti-Bazaar cards in my deck. Like, what? I can't beat Doomsday, but I refuse to put counterspells in my deck. All right, so currently they have to draw a land. I drew another force. That's so bad. I just need to draw cards that matter. I think I have to go Lurrus Null Rod, right? There is a singleton dress down in the deck. Yes. No, I'm just making examples, chat. Like, you know that there are powerful cards that exist in the format. You build your decks to beat them. That's just how Magic works. If you just like say, oh, Saga's, you know, in 50% of decks, I don't think I'm gonna put any cards in my deck to beat it, and then you lose to it. What does that? That doesn't say. That says more about you than Saga, yeah. All right. I mean, at the very least, I am supposed to put this Lurrus in play. The question is, what the heck am I doing with this Lurrus? Because I can go Snapcaster Ancestral, but the problem is if my opponent hits a single mana source, they go unblockable and kill me. Or I can go Wasteland. Sorry, I can go Null Rod, turn off my opponent's entire deck, but then I have to chump with my Lurrus. I get 2 turns to draw action. It's like not a terrible idea, right? But how good has been drawn? Like the thing is, we don't have 4 ponders to draw to either, right? So we have 1 ponder to draw to and 2 Lorien revealeds, 2 delve spells, a dress down, and a chain. It doesn't feel like a lot of things. I guess any creature also buys a turn. I'm just really worried that if my opponent finds the line of putting a land in play, I die. If it's a Mox, I can force it. But if it's a land, I can't do anything about it. Well, drawing Ancestral right here doesn't actually do anything, so it's pretty frustrating. I really want to be able to replay Snap Ancestral. That was like half of the plan. All right. I'm going to play the Null Rod and see if we can draw out of it. I mean, we have lots of good draws. And we've kind of gotten rid of a lot of our dead draws. We went through all of our negations, half of our wills. No, I have Ancestrals in my yard. Oh, wait, where is Ancestral? Wait, what happened to Ancestral in this game? I already cast Snap Ancestral? Oh, so I would have to Snap Ponder. How am I losing a game where I cast Snap Ancestral? This is terrible. How is that possible? You can't lose a game where you Snap Ancestral. Oh no. Maybe we should have Mystic Sanctuary in our deck. Like if we had a Mystic Sanctuary here, we could Mystic Sanctuary Demonic Tutor. How good would that be? Okay. Draw for turn. Any delve spells? That's a Delver of Secrets. That's like a delve spell. The problem is if my opponent like draws more Moxen, then it'll become lethal through, even though they'll attack. They don't have to attack twice is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, well, forcing this doesn't really help us, right? Well, forcing nothing helps us, right? I guess I could technically take this hit. Then I can't cast Force. Just need to draw a cantrip. That's a Psychic Frog. All right, so if I don't die, I will probably try to attack with my Psychic Frog. They do have an active Mana Vault and Mana Crypt. This is true. They're at 11. They're at 10. If they draw an artifact here, I'm just going to take this attack and try to draw with Frog. Seems like a better use of my life total. Any dress downs? Wasteland. I have to draw a creature. Or a removal spell. Can they die? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can't die. All right, whatever. I'm attacking. Can I please have a magic card that does something? Okay, that is a magic card that does something. I will accept Psychic Frog as a magic card that does something. This game might be over. They might take too much damage and lose. We are barely doing anything. Yeah, I guess I mean, I could have pitched Force. Yeah. True. Would have given us 1 extra damage. Might have been relevant. It's not beat 1 Saga challenge. It's bad deck building dot challenge. All right, hey, look at that. That's a spell. Oh wait, I can't fetch because I'm at 1. I'm at 1 life. Hey, look at that. What do you know? A card that beats Urza Saga. Who could have thought? Oh my god. I don't even need to pitch a card. I guess I can pitch a card, whatever. Because they have an active mana crypt. I mean, I want to see if they lose to flip. I'm not gonna show them my dress down. They don't deserve my dress down. It's not even just like beat Saga. Like if opponent resolved any creature, we have no removal in our deck. All right, whatever. They're dead to everything, chat. GG. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Oh, man. What was that, game 1? That was game 1. Okay. We don't even know what they're playing. They showed us Buglands and Saga and a bunch of artifacts. I don't even know what they're on. I guess we need the Spreading Seas because our deck just doesn't have enough answers in it. I feel like this Chain of Vapor is not good. Island's probably bad. I don't want to play a Swords. I feel like they don't have any creatures. I guess Steel Sabotage is basically Chain of Vapor here, right? I guess they could be Oath, so maybe we play Chain. Well, when your deck has no removal, you might need to play a Chain. Why are we talking about restricting Magic cards? We are in one of the most balanced vintage formats of all time. Let's calm down, chat. let's calm down. I'm not bringing in Long Goodbye to kill construct tokens. I don't know why we have to talk about restrictions and bans in every single stream. That's just not fun or interesting. I think playing Magic is more interesting. I swear that the really bad standard years where they had to ban so many cards just did such a number on Magic players' psyche and the way they interact with formats. Like, banning and restricting cards is not the #1 thing going on in formats. Playing the format is the #1 thing going on in formats. But it feels like all anyone ever wants to talk about is ban this, ban that. This deck is the best deck, so that can't be the case. There's always going to be a best deck. There's always going to be good Magic cards. Like, play within the confines of what the format is. Waterlogged Grove. Banger. 1 card in hand. I should force pitch Brainstorm. See if there's a Flusterstorm. There was no Flusterstorm. I mean, I don't know. I like to engage in Magic the Gathering by playing Magic the Gathering, but that's just me. I think it's much more interesting to like analyze a format, figure out what's going on in it, and then theorize how to make the best deck in a format rather than, ooh, is this a Tinker? Jeez. All right. Double counterspell for their 2 payoffs into a Frog plus Demonic Tutor combination. You do love to see it. Probably pitch. What are we even demonicking for? I guess we need to figure out after the frog hits. I don't really want to pitch a card. I don't really care about dealing damage. I just want to draw cards. But I guess I do have 4 lands, so. I kind of like the idea, I mean, I guess wastelanding, this is terrible. So I guess I don't like the idea of wastelanding. What do I like the idea of then? Demonic for something? Is it better to just take one more piece of counter magic though? What if I take a Flare of Denial and play a Delver? Because I can hard cast this on later turns and I'm increasing my clock. This kind of seems like a perfect Flare spot. Like if they do nothing this turn, then I'm fine and I can just hold open Flare and like play my Delver for attacking reasons. And if something bad happens, I have a safety valve. Like I don't think they're going to have a 3rd payoff, but they could. Hello, 3rd payoff. I kind of like this play, though. This seems like an actual spot where Flare looked pretty reasonable, right? I just want to counter this. All right, I'm casting my first Flare of Denial, sacking Delver of Secrets, chat. So now we have Wasteland, Waterlog Grave, and get in with our Froggy. Okay, I will definitely pitch a land here. I have a couple lands in my hand. Discard a Tundra. I guess I could just, I don't know, doesn't matter. Discard a magic card, draw a card. Spell Pierce is pretty good, actually. They're going to play like 1 rings in their deck. Oh, should I just buy Lurrus, though? Am I beating a 1 ring if a 1 ring resolves here? They didn't have a land before, though, so they'd have to have a land and have drawn a run wings. I think we can buy Lurrus. Frog should draw cards equal to its power. Yeah, agreed. Frog needs a buff. Wasteland. Oh no! I guess I should not have pitched my Tundra. My bad. I didn't really think there would be Wastelands in my opponent's deck, but I guess with a Waterlog Grave, you can kind of assume Crucible, maybe. Not even sure I want to play Lurrus here. Ponder looks a lot better. I mean, my deck is not that weird. It's just blue cards. Also have a Lorien Reveal can cycle. No, my Lavinia. Actually, I think I'm gonna keep these cards. I can't get another Tundra. Actually, I can't get another Tundra because I discarded a Tundra to my Frog like an idiot. All right, so I'm gonna keep these 2 because I do want Spreading Seas as a Saga answer. I guess I have a Wasteland as a Saga answer. Maybe I don't need that. Oh well. More countermelt, more kind of spells. How bad can it be? All right, so I don't want to draw Lavinia because I made it so my Lavinia was uncastable. There should be 3 Tundras. Oh, there are 3 Tundras in the deck. I see. Okay, then I can get the Lavinia then. I did not realize there were 3 Tundras in the deck. It did seem a little weird to me that there were 3 Tundras in the deck, but it's for when you discard 1 to Frog for value, and you need another one. The old turn 6 Lavinia, lock my opponent out because they have 1 land in play. That's just good vintage gaming. Tundra. All right, we're gonna win this set, but it was hard fought. What is this? Oh, okay. Tropical Island. Oath? Oath is Tropical Island Oath here actually just gets me. No. No Oath. None of that. All right, wasteland this. Attack. I never got to use my Lurrus. Maybe I should discard Lurrus to my frog. Look at how multicolor my deck is. Ooh. Saga Gaming. GG. All right. Sweet. GG's opponent. To be fair, I feel like that's a more normal application of our game plan. Zurin, they said they're playing Sultai, Fastbond, Tinker, Zorin. Sweet. That's what they're playing. Cool. Very cool. All right, there we go. Back on track. Okay, here we go. Cat. Delver, Probe, Time Walk. Yeah, I guess so. Let's give it a shot. My opponent's on Lurrus, so. Library of Alexandria. Oh my god, let's take a quick peek. Let's see what they're doing first. The flare play was sweet. Mental Misstep, Intuition, Force Gush, Time Walk, Delta. Okay, I don't really feel like I can let them on library here. This seems really bad for me. Let's not let that happen. So it's just a Brian Kelly deck. No Chameleons. No Chameleons today. Hope I edited the stream title, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Delta, Underground Sea, Delver of Secrets. Does this hit Mentor? Mental Misstep? Mental Misstep. All right, eat it. So then we follow up with Lavinia to stop Gush Force of Will. Tundra. No Time Walk? Interesting. No Time Walk. All right, Force of Will bait here. Lavinia. It's like Lavinia is like this Vexing Bauble card, huh? Just Force of Will pitching Force Will. Oh, that's not good. They have Time Walk Gush now. All right, okay. Gaming. We have Time Walk Psychic Frog, though. That's definitely a combination. I think they're going to go for a Gush here. I mean, I'm not countering Gush. Blue-white? Really? I think I would have gone blue-blue. Oh, they're just Time Walking first? Sure. Oh, now I might negate this Gush. Oh, they're just playing a land and Time Walking. Okay. No, I probably can't. Yeah, how guys, they printed a better Vexing Bauble. It's a creature and it's one-sided and it also stops spells greater than your lands. How did they let this in play? Why didn't this get restricted immediately? Though to be fair, some people did ask for Lavinia to be restricted immediately. So I guess we can't really talk about that. Boomers hate new Magic cards. Yeah, I guess you have a Gush. I remember people saying that Lavinia needed to be restricted. That was a fun time, too. This is War of the Spark, right? Or maybe Lavinia was the set before War of the Spark. War of the Spark was a fun time. Third past Iconoclast. Well, we're not beating that Magic card. And Ajani? Wait, this Gush was so good for them. Uh-oh. My opponent is going wide. Uh-oh. Didn't hit a land drop. That's not good. Okay, they can't attack into my Psychic Frog. He's too big. That was a hell of a gush. They have one land and one unknown. They have Force pitching Intuition here. That'd be so sad for me. No, we have no way to remove creatures, so we're going to lose to no, they drew Force. So their draw for turn was Force and their Iconoclast Ajani off Gush. Uh-oh. That's crazy. They're gonna buy Lurrus here? Man. Excellent deck building. Hey, where's our Gush? Why doesn't our deck have Gush? This is a Gush deck. Thank you, Mr. Hindsight, for telling me we should have negated Force of Will, Gush, knowing that my opponent would hit creature. Yeah, my bad. My bad, I should have done that. All right, someone's keeping notes, right? Gush, dress downs. Who's keeping notes? Island. Come on, deck. Why do you hate me so? Frog? Frog? Frog is good. Frog blocks this whole board, so we're good. And then we flip to Brainstorm. We just need to beat this Lurrus. I mean, I know their deck list, so it's posted on Twitter. It's just a Brian Kelly pile. I can't block. I can just block this thing, right? We're at 6. Block, block. Oh no, they can just buy it back with Lurrus. It's fine. They're just getting extra value, chat. They're buying it back with Lurrus here. I need to somehow counter Lurrus. Doesn't seem possible. How do I win? I just don't win, right? Because I don't actually have ways to stop them from going wide. I've already used Time Walk. Is there any way I can win this game? I feel like there's no way to win the game. I guess I could play my own Lurrus here. I have a land coming, but I can't play. I can play a Delver out of my yard. I guess that's the best line. Because I can survive this hit and then play a Lurrus. But then the problem is they have just like really good attacks. Also, they keep drawing restricted spells, which is not good for me either. They can just buy. I guess I can't buy and play Ajani on this turn. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. But maybe there's a way. What do they draw? Oh, this is just... Wait, now they can... they have Lorien, so they can go Lurrus play Ajani this turn. What? That's not good. Maybe I shouldn't have killed Ajani. Now I can't block cat. I can block this, and I can block this. Goes to 2. And then I hit a land, and I go Lurrus. And I play a little Delver. And then they just attack with 2 power creatures. This thing hits place, right? I can't ever let this thing flip. So I can't win, right? If I just attack with both cat tokens and that's winning. Yeah. We actually almost were able to stabilize here. If we were able to stop the Lurrus somehow, we might have been able to stabilize. Maybe I should have prioritized, like, trying to brainstorm into a force. But then I need the cat to stabilize my life total. So maybe there's just no way. I mean, in the end, like, the only spell that would have gotten us the reprieve we needed was negating the gush, which is... doesn't seem like a correct play. So, oh, what is this? This is a weird attack. That doesn't seem right. All right, let's see. Kill Ajani, kill Lurrus, block a 2/1 and block a 2/1 and gain 3 and live. That seems incredible for me. How does this the attack? My opponent's attack was just supposed to be attack with both 2/1s. So, yeah, this is really good. I could even get away with blocking a soldier and keeping my Delver. No, I don't want to switch frog because I'm going to pump the frog. And then I'm going to have a 3/4 frog. Maybe I want to keep Brainstorm. Yeah, maybe I want to just keep Brainstorm in hand. Maybe that's fine. I mean, this is unbelievably good for me. I can't believe my opponent made this attack. Maybe we will win this game. I mean, we have a Lurrus and a frog and a million creatures in our yard, and we're just winning on board. What do I want to do? Can I get away with an attack with this frog? Hop the frog. Or just attack. Attack with the frog. I feel like I can. Attack with the frog. Play a Lavinia. Possibly wasteland their red source. Not sure the wasteland their red source matters. Trying to figure out. I guess if there's... let me go look at a Brian Kelly list, actually. I'm not sure if there's removal in the deck. Brian... okay, so there's an engineered explosives and a seal of fire. Okay, so I'm definitely killing this red source so that we don't get seal of fired. I guess, yeah, we don't want to get seal of fired. And then I'm gonna play Lavinia. I guess I should just brainstorm first. Maybe I should have done that before wastelanding. Maybe this is like bad. I don't really want to brainstorm here. I don't know why I wanted to try to... is this the negation? Oh, this is a flusterstorm. That makes a creature. That's pretty annoying, right? Because it means I have to play a Delver out of my yard if I want this to resolve. I guess it's fine. I do kind of want to know what cards I have. For stress down. Okay, so now if I attack with frog, I can have force up, but is that even good? Not even sure that's any good. Oh, whatever. This is fine. What'd they draw? Another Ajani? Okay. Again, if they... I guess I can dress this Ajani down when they attack, but then I won't get lifelink. Wait, we're just attacking all again? Did we not learn? Opponent... I don't understand. I appreciate the attack all angle here, but it's just It's just not good. I'm going to get the Lavinia in play so my opponent can't draw. Oh, actually, they already cast Dig Through Time, didn't they? So what am I stopping with Lavinia? I'm stopping Reclamation. No, I'm not stopping Reclamation. So I guess Lavinia is just worse than playing a Psychic Frog. Well, Lavinia is a better blocker. Not really. Yeah, so I guess the Psychic Frog is just better. So if my opponent attacks all here... All right, I'm going to just be careful and pass one more time. I think there are definitely some of these turns where I might have been able to get in with a flying frog, but I was kind of scared. Holy what is that? No, it's a summoning psychic frog. Well, I have to force this. So if I force this and he finds the correct line with this cat token here, it's kind of bad for me. That is not good. That is really bad. So now if my opponent finds the correct line where they attack with just the warrior token, I have to block with Lurrus. And I think I will lose. No, and I found the line! How did you find the line after all this time? Okay. I mean, they're learning. That's not good. I guess what I can do is I can double block and see if they order correctly. There's no real reason not to, right? I'll still get the 3 life. Will I get the 3 life? Chat wants me to block with Frog and lose the game on the spot? Okay, never mind. I didn't read this card. They have no red permanent. Okay, never mind. Okay, chat's correct. Wait a second. I thought this dealt 3 damage. It only deals damage if you control a red permanent other than Ajani. Oh. So that was the third past Iconoclast that they suicide attacked in. Now I understand. Okay. My bad. I did not read all of the 6 million lines on this card. How many lines are on this card? 6, 7, 10, 14. My bad. I did not read the 14 lines on the card. Yeah, I can just hop in and kill this. And I still get the draw card too, which is sweet. So they're just going to make a +1, a creature. Okay. Cool. Very cool. So I just need to attack the frog at the Ajani and discard a Tundra and exile some lands. And then the frog kills the Ajani. And then I draw an extra card. And then I have a flare. Sweet. And then I play a Lavinia. Okay. I think I have finally stabilized to the point where we will win the game. My bad. So this would have killed me on the other attack where they attacked all and should have just attacked with the cat tokens, right? Because there was a red permanent in play at that point. Okay. I understand now. All right, we definitely did not deserve to win that game, but we'll take it. This is the deck we are playing against. I guess we are bringing in Deadweight, Long Goodbye, and Swords to Plowshares, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe we don't need Swords to Plowshares. Are we keeping in Null Rod? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. We're definitely bringing in Long Goodbyes and Deadweights. I don't really... There's only one Urza Saga, so we're not bringing in Spreading Seas. I like Swords a little bit. Doesn't feel like this is a negation matchup, right? This doesn't feel like a negation matchup. Well, there are some things to negate. But I guess Spell Pierce is pretty bad too. I'm looking at all of these like counter spells as possible points of being not good. Chain doesn't really look good either. I don't want to play Rav Trap. I don't know if I want to play more than 2 Null Rods. More than 2 Null Rods seems pretty undesirable. Let's just take out Spell Pierces on the draw and Chain and a negation. Seems fine. Let's try that. Yeah. I think the key point in that game was the turn my opponent attacked all. They needed to just attack with the 2 cat tokens. Because then I need to block a cat token to live, but if the cat token dies, the Ajani flips and pings me. Another hand with no mana. Ooh, this hand has the classic jet in it, though. I'm loving that. Probably just bottom the cruise. I drew a Black Lotus. All right, so next turn I could maybe play Lurrus. Oh, I could actually have negation backup for my frog. That could be useful. What is this? What is this? Am I getting spell pierced? Please don't spell pierce my frog. Or, oh wait, no, I'm not getting spell pierced. Okay. I was a little confused, but I'll take it. Because I do want to actually counter a force here. So, pretty interesting. Oh, swords to plowshares? Yeah, I can't have that. That's my frog. That's my baby. Save the frog, save the world. That's the only good card in my deck. No, I'm just kidding. My deck has got plenty of good cards. But the frog is definitely the key. The centerpiece. I hate this game. Okay, never mind. My frog is terrible. Why did I even want a frog in the first place? I don't know. Okay, I will buy Lurrus, I guess. All right. Brian Kelly has already found the answer to the frog metagame. He's 10 steps ahead. God bless. Frog still draws. Each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn. What are you talking about, kinda? What is happening? Johnny. Johnny! All right, you got an Ajani. This card's so sick. I want to play this card. Why have we not made a deck with this card, chat? And a clamp? Uh-oh. Wait a second. Combination gaming? I did not draw a black source for my Lurrus. I can't draw any cards. God damn it. Okay, I will play another frog, I guess. And kind of want to hold this land anyways, so. All right, so they have to clamp their spirit. Can we win the game if they clamp their spirit, though? If they clamp their cat first. All right, I mean, I'll block. It's fine. You can flip a Johnny. That's just one less thing you can clamp. If I were them, I would probably clamp the spirit, clamp the Johnny token. I guess they can still make a token that can get clamped, so maybe this is fine. This makes sense too. I don't know. Am I really beating them drawing a million magic cards? Doesn't feel like I am. Create a cat warrior, yeah. But like, I can hop in and no chance in hell your one Saga's gonna beat me. I held my resolve there. I did not use my wasteland. They're just buying Lurrus. I see. Can I have a underground sea? That's a wasteland. I'm just gonna attack both frogs at a Ajani and see what happens. I mean, they just play Lurrus and replay the Ajani. Like, it's not like this is actually doing anything. Every time I need to draw a mana source that has a certain color, I draw a wasteland, right? I mean, we're just not equipped to get it, equipped to beat this kind of setup, right? We're just gonna chump the token. Is it worth it to kill a Johnny? No, I need to flare of denial this Lurrus. So I'd have to pitch my. I'll just pitch a wasteland so they can't. That doesn't do anything. I guess I just do this. This is fine. Maybe I am supposed to just pitch the wasteland. What is this wasteland really doing? Could stop them from playing a Lurrus. They don't have any more sagas in their deck, so. I need to be able to flare of denial the Lurrus, though, right? I'm not gonna win this game if there's a Lurrus. At any point I draw a white or black land, I can play Lurrus and play Black Lotus. At any point, I can just throw 3 cards and hop in and kill the Ajani. Maybe I should have just done that. I wanted to see if they would like throw a blocker down, but I'm not 100% sure that's actually a good play. They're just gonna pass, so they can't play Lurrus here. Okay, so now I have my own Lurrus. So let's go Underground Sea, Lurrus. Maybe I'm supposed to attack first, because I might have to sack my frog to deny. So the problem with sacking my frog to deny is that my opponent, I don't have a flare for my opponent, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, now my frog still kills that. So I have a flare. I can rebuy this frog later. On the next turn, I can rebuy the frog. And then I have the Black Lotus. I attack with my frog. At some point, they gotta start clamping, right? And then I'm gonna hop this. Okay. All right. So if they hit a land, they get to play Lurrus. If they don't hit a land, they could always clamp the spirit and clamp the token. They hit a land, so now they're gonna play Lurrus. Am I winning this Lurrus battle? No, not remotely, because I have Frog and they have a clamp and an Ajani. Well, that was the downside of protecting my Lurrus. Maybe I could have won this game without playing a Lurrus. I do feel dumb. Maybe I'll draw a Null Rod. Okay. And now I think I'm winning. I believe we're back to winning. But they still have an Ajani, so maybe we're not. Like, isn't this Ajani still beating us? Because I'm not drawing any cards. Is it whoever... Yo, I have a deadweight in my deck. What if I draw deadweight, chat? Can I draw a deadweight? I feel like I deserve a deadweight, yeah? This flips, but they don't have any red permanents, right? I feel like I just take 2 here. I'm not really ready to flip this thing. This is a cat, though. I drew a long goodbye. All right, the first thing I have to do is kill the Lurrus. I can do that at any time because long goodbye is not counterable. So I'd like my opponent to make some kind of mistake first, if possible. Okay, I will move to blocks and block one. And they're gonna make a cat. They don't have another red permanent, so that's fine. All right, I'm going to remove the Lurrus problem from the game until they find Savine's Reclamation. And then I need to maybe hop and kill Ajani. Ooh, I kind of want to do that. Oh, I guess I could replay the frog. So yeah, I could have blocked both. That's true. Yeah, that would have been better. I should have blocked both and replayed with the frog. I kind of forgot. I mean, I want this thing to die, so I guess I just attack both. Like, do I die on the swing back if I do this? 2, 4, 7. No. All right, I'm just gonna attack both. I'm gonna hop the bigger one. And then they can choose whether to keep it alive or not. And then if they do choose to keep it alive, I just replay it. So maybe this worked out in the end. I get one more attacker at my Ajani. What is this? Blue, blue? Oh my lord, that's bad. Is it bad? I mean, it's a good thing they don't have a Lurrus in play and they're not looping dress downs on me. Are they going to trade it off? Or... I mean, I don't get to replay my frog. Okay, so that's not actually that bad. I mean, I miss a turn on replaying my frog, which is definitely not good. But it's not bad. Well, there's still a null rod. Dress down doesn't stop null rod from stopping skull clamp. White, white, new Ajani. Ah. This is a problem. They gotta stop playing Ajanis. I can't be, there's too many Ajanis. We're gonna start putting counters on cats. I think we're gonna lose to Ajani. Just Ajani. Oh, not good. Why did Senpai tell me this card was bad? This card's so good. This card's great by itself. I think I'm gonna lose this game. This is so bad. Demonic Tutor? What does that do? I don't know if we live long enough for that to do something. Because I don't have any board wipes in my deck, right? Where's the Orcish Bowmaster? That doesn't do it. Where's the... I don't know. I mean, I'm casting Demonic, right? I just don't know if there's anything good to get with it. Yeah, the deadweight is good, but is it too late? Hydro Force misstep. Uh-oh. Okay, I believe we're going to lose. I believe we've done the losing here. I guess I had to actually hop the frog and kill the Ajani, but then we're still dead on board. Yeah, okay. I believe I could not beat the triple Ajani threat here. Unlucky. It's okay. Game 3. Just imagine if they had a red permanent and every time they made a cap, they also pinged something for the number of creatures. Like, this isn't even a Johnny at its full power. This is a Johnny at half power. They could have had a red permanent in play and then we would have lost Lurrus. That's crazy. This card's broken. Quick, buy your cats. I don't want to play this anymore. Let's just go to the next one. All right, that was bad. Do I want to have like a Ravenous Trap or a Containment Priest in my deck? That feels like asking for too much. Let's just run it back. I'm pretty sure that Ajani card just kicked our butt by a lot. Man. The problem with I mean, it was good without the red permanent, but I'd love to be able to fit in a red permanent. But there are not that many good red permanents, so... Like, if you have a Seal of Fire, then you don't really need the pinging. The Iconoclast is kind of nice. Is there anything that, like, makes red tokens that can play in Lurrus? All right. I have 6 minutes on my clock. I gotta play a little bit faster. No worries, though. Plenty of time. We have our deadweight. The game is over. Peasy? Wait, Peasy sounds way better than Iconoclast. Why do you play Iconoclast? I guess Iconoclast triggers off artifacts and Peasy doesn't, right? Is good old Ragavan not up to the task? Correct. Ragavan is not a playable Magic card. Ragavan is one of the biggest baits in Vintage history. Playing Ragavan made your deck worse. 4th Aolingas? That's a kind of a sweet one. All right. This time I have a turn 1 frog with Time Walk and Deadweight. I can't imagine we can... This has got to be the best... One of the best hands I've ever seen. No Ajani? No. PO is an actual playable card. Ragavan is an unplayable card. What? Come on now. Swords to Plowshares on my frog? That's so rude. I assume that's what's happening. Man, I just wanted some frog life. And an ancestral? Okay, never mind. My opponent's hand was better than mine. Who was I to think that my hand was good? My bad. My bad. My bad. I got greedy. I thought my hand was good for a second. I was wrong. Yeah, I guess this is fine. My opponent's hand was just Sapphire Ancestral Swords, my turn 1 creature, huh? All right. This game got a lot harder. Force my Lavinia. It's good for me. The better Vexing Bauble. Got him. There's an Opal? Man, Lavinia would have been pretty good there. Buy Lurrus. 5 mana. Cast Lorien. Buy Lurrus. Okay. White. Spirit. Huh? All right, so I get a land, and then I time walk. I'm not sure I'm allowed to deadweight this spirit, because if I deadweight this spirit and then I get my Lurrus countered, it's a problem, right? Just kind of want to hit my land drops. Buy a Lurrus. And a Delver blocks. Man, what if they have a Caracas? That's slightly a problem. Wait. Okay. Yeah. I can't even block because they can replay with the opal. Oh, they chose not to. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to play this a lot faster. Ancestral Recall. Okay, that's a good one. So I'm gonna go deadweight this. See what happens. Because if they force this, but that's not a negation, then I can Lurrus re-deadweight. All right, Ancestral Recall, target myself. Wasteland. Okay, Wasteland. I feel like I would rather... I guess it's fine. They're just going to replay it this turn, but that's okay. Because I'm just going to cast Treasure Cruise this turn, so it's fine. Now it's my turn to draw all the good restricted cards. Sweet. I don't have the ability to play Lurrus Deadweight right now, though. They might save it just in case they're playing around, playing Lurrus Deadweight right now. Just Draw Lotus has been called. Chat, this is the first time in the history of Magic I've drawn restricted Magic cards. We can't ask for too much. Be calm. This has turned into quite the interesting league after our sad performance in round one. I mean, they are going to hit the oh, interesting. That's fine with me. I can just return all the non-creature ones, right? Yeah, draw. Frog and Fluster. I think I'd rather play Frog. I guess I could force the Lurrus on the way back down. I don't need to force the Lurrus on the way back down, though. Because I have Lurrus plus Fluster plus Deadweight next turn, so let's just play a Frog out. Attack for 3. It's been a pretty fun match. I mean, Lurrus mirrors are just good Magic. They're highly intricate, very interesting games. Doesn't really matter the contents of the Lurrus decks, because the way Lurrus decks are all built is pretty similar. Yeah, this is all fine. So now I just go to my turn. I go Lurrus, Deadweight, their Lurrus, and with Fluster back up, and I can't really lose from there. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to draw off my Frog this turn, but that's okay. Oh, never mind. White, black. Lurrus. Deadweight. They're going to Swords my Lurrus. Nice. Yeah, we probably lost it with the update. All right, so my Lurrus is saved. Their Lurrus is dead weight. I can't draw any cards. I guess I can just play this Wasteland out. So I misplayed. I should have used my Wasteland to cast Lurrus, so I would have had blue or white mana afterwards. So slightly misplayed that section. I'm trying to play a little quickly here, though. My fault. Savine's Reclamation? Tinker? EE on 3? Okay, Lurrus down. That would be pretty good if I didn't have a swords left over. Just gonna hit their open mana because they have 1 card left, so they can't like Flusterstorm or something me. And then untap. Not that. This, that, the other thing. And this game is over as long as I can attack enough times. Vampiric, okay. We'll hold up Force. I guess I could have vamped for a Time Walk, pondered into a Time Walk. Do I have a Time Walk? I don't know. Never mind. This is really good. Force this. No hitting my Froggy and 1 card. And okay, sweet. So I have Vamp for something. Dig, maybe. Cruise. Another Frog. Used a Time Walk. Snap. Oh, I have a Snap in my deck. I've been doing bad things. Should get a Lavinia. That just gets rid of dig options. Oh, Null Rod would have been pretty good too. Yeah, I'm just making a reasonable choice in the allotted time here. Null Rod would have done this. Null Rod would not have stopped dig through time, which is kind of interesting, but this also presents lethal on the next attack. So kind of like that. I don't know. I think they're all fine. One of them is definitely correct, but I'm not sure which one is. Didn't want to think about it. Just trying to make sure I get attacks in here. Wow, that was certainly a very interesting match of Magic. I'm kind of glad we had that recorded. Okay, here we go. We're now into round 4. We are 2-1, with the round 1 loss being a heartbreaker where we didn't have the right cards to really deal with the problem. We are now up against Tom Basketball, Vintage Eternal Weekend top 8er, Strong Magician. We've got another opening hand with Sapphire. See, this is a great example of why I don't want to play white in this deck, because if we were cutting white for only black, this would be a fetch land. And if this was a fetch land, we would have had turn 1 Frog. So this is like a very easy example of why I don't think the white is worth it. Volcanic Island Lurrus from Tom. Tundra Sapphire Go from us, holding up Pierce, Ancestral Force, and Lorien. Oh no, like winning 5-0ing doesn't make a list good. Winning a challenge doesn't make a list good. I've won challenges with terrible decks. I like the Spell Pierce. I think this is like a really nice cash in. And then I can actually cast Ancestral here because it puts me back to 7. Obviously, it runs into negation, but I'm okay with that. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, like, we might have not played Frog anyways just because we had Recall Pierce, but, you know, it's just showing you an example. Elves was definitely good. I mean, Elves wasn't definitely good. I think Elves was good. I did a lot more testing than just the 7-2 for the Elf deck. The Elf deck, I tested, like, there was like 4 people testing maybe 30, 40 leagues, you know? That was a concentrated team effort to produce a PTQ winning deck. Let's see what my opponent's working with here. They have a Magda the Horde Master. And they have Flusterstorm, Lorien Land. I don't really think I like Frog in Doomsday very much. Could be wrong though. I don't know. I think the easiest example I can ever give people of bad decks win Magic tournaments is I built a deck one point called the Riddler before everyone else built decks called the Riddler. Well, not for everyone else, before the newest versions of everyone else, but after the original decks that were called the Riddler. So I can't force this. Whenever you commit a crime, I guess I just have to let this resolve because there's a fluster in hand. It's kind of unfortunate. I could, I guess. No, I just have to let this resolve. But so I made a deck called the Riddler, which was a Bazaar of Baghdad Tinker deck that played Riddlesmith, Oval Chase, Daredevil combo. Didn't really have enough mana to cast his spells. And not only did I go 5-0 on Friday, I then went undefeated or like X1 and won the tournament. And the deck was unplayably bad. Everyone who played it like went 1-5 in the next the next week. It was so funny. But you know, bad decks can win tournaments, especially in Vintage where you have Ancestral and Tinker. Man, I have so many options here. Am I gonna lose to this thing if it like makes a bunch of stuff? I don't have any removal in my main, right? That's kind of my issue at the moment. Maybe we need at least a singleton removal spell. Ugh. Don't like that at all. Already played a land this turn, right? Wasteland, yeah. Yeah, I don't really want to play Chain of Vapor counter. This does not seem good. They currently don't have any way to make... I was going to say they currently don't have any way to do a crime, but they did just draw a way to do a crime, so... I don't know. Am I really losing to a Scorpion Dragon, though? I don't feel like we are. A Skull Clamp? Okay. It's an interesting looking Skull Clamp. Their hand is Lorien, Fluster 1 unknown. Equip the Skull Clamp. Okay. I mean, if they're just going to get rid of their Magda for 2 cards, feel like I'm fine with that life. I'm just going to go Demonic. I guess I can't go Demonic Time Walk here because they have a fetch land. I mean, if they're going to cash this in, do we care? I feel like we don't care. We do not have a Bowmaster in our deck. I was kind of thinking we just pitch Vampiric and pitch Negation. Just like keep all of our things in play. Maybe I just pitch a land. I mean, I don't think Vampiric is really very good here, so... Like, they get 2 cards, but do we really care? And then I can just go... I'm going to get that Time Walk. They can't fluster this. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure of the correct way to play through this game, but... Oh, they're going to fluster anyways? That would be fine. No. All right, I'm just gonna get a time walk and not use my time walk. And then there's no situation where I would counter their spell and Flusterstorm wouldn't beat me, so I might as well play a Delver of Secrets. Though I guess it gives me, yeah, it gives me Flare and Force. Yeah, okay. So like I could counter something if it was a must counter. my, my opponent says I have selected a number of cards that I need to get out of my system. I can kind of see that. How many Delvers in this deck? There are 4 Delvers in this deck. Caracas. So we still know 3 cards in their 5-card hand at the moment. Lorien revealed, fully tapped out. I'm just gonna flare this. Because I'm gonna get all my cards back with these frogs anyways. Maybe I can just let it resolve and the cards don't matter at all, but I guess I should attack first. It doesn't matter. Everything we do is going to win the game. I don't believe it matters at all. We have an army of frogs. Nothing beats an army of frogs. We might even just have lethal. I don't... Force. Force. Okay. Yo, frog is so much fun. You just cast a million spells. Opponent dies. Good times. Good times. So I don't really know what my opponent's doing. There's some kind of weird Lurrus deck. Let's bring in the same things we did last time with some long goodbyes, some dead weights. I believe my opponent will be on for Saga this time, so let's bring in this Redding Seas as well. And then maybe we will just cut Delvers in this matchup. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Actually, I like cutting Spell Pierce. What did we do last time? We cut Spell Pierce and we cut Chain and we cut 1 negation and we cut Vamp. Is that what we did? Something like that. Oh, but whatever. It's gotta be close. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave the Delvers. They seem fine. My opponent's not on Bowmaster, so I just don't really like Spell Pierce in this matchup. I feel like it doesn't actively hit enough things enough of the time. And I for a similar reason, I don't like negation that much. Honestly, so far, the 1 flare has been pretty good. Obviously, we had to have a lot of blue creatures in our deck to do it, but the flare has been pretty reasonable. This hand's sweet, too. Keep. The flare's been fine. I haven't been super happy. Unhappy. Harsh Mentor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is mana abilities? No. Okay, it's not mana abilities. That's fine. It does do frog things, though. I guess I'm going to take 2 and Wasteland my opponent. Got me. I'm going to take a lot of damage from this stupid card. I am going to take so much damage. I'm going to fight through it is what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll get a Lurrus at some point. It won't matter. Blue. Ancestral. That's good. Hmm. Uh-oh. Black Lotus. Okay, let's see what my opponent does when I attack here. I offer you a trade. 2 damage for your Harsh Mentor. And -1 card. Nope. My opponent did not take the trade deal. Unlucky. My opponent is lamenting not playing the frog. What do I do now, though? Opponent's going to play a Lurrus next turn here with Lotus. Dress down. Let me just play out Delver and pass. Maybe dress down their Lurrus if they play a Lurrus. Oh, this is a mental misstep? Sure. I feel like if the opponent invests their whole turn into going Lurrus, Lotus, and I dress it down, doesn't that feel like a win? Like, opponent doesn't get back their Lurrus. Oh. Yeah, okay, sure. Guess I'm taking an extra 2. Do they have another creature or something? Swords. So they're gonna buy, but they're not gonna be able to replay. Look, I'm so confused. Okay. Ah. I see. I see. What am I doing then? They just missed the attack step. I think I'm just gonna end step. I guess I can't end step if they kill my thing. Well, then I'm just dig through time. All right. Whatever. Just gonna cycle this thing. Null Rod. I guess that kind of works against Goblin Tinker. Strip Mine! That's a good top deck. All right, we're close to digging though, right? Very close to digging. Oh, I drew Black Lotus. That's a good one. I wish I had my land so I could play a Lurrus this turn. I just win the game. All right, let's cast Brainstorm. Negation, Lorien, Wasteland. It's fine. Wasteland my opponent once. I don't really want to play a Null Rod anymore. Well, I didn't know when they would tinker. So, like, if I could play it at end step, I might. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't matter, is the thing. Like, if I do it in their end step, they just end step Goblin Tinker, you know? Like, it doesn't actually change anything. I think I have enough life total here where I can just hold on to what I'm doing and then get a land, get another land, and then go Lurrus, Lotus, and then dig. So I feel like this is my best line. Just wait it out a couple of turns here. I guess I can dig at the end step here. Do I really want to dig at the end step here, though? I lose. Oh, I can keep a Jet or a Delver. Okay, so I can definitely dig at the end step then. Then I should have probably done it at a different timing window. Hmm. Now if they hit a red land, they can kill my Sapphire and stop me from playing Lurrus, which is a little unfortunate. Ah! That's like the worst outcome, is it? Oh, they did not have another red land? What do they draw? Are they just buying Lurrus then? Interesting. It's okay. What's okay? I don't understand. Buy Lurrus. Okay, that makes sense to me. So actually I can't go for dig because I need to make sure I hit my land drop. Because I want to play a Lurrus this turn. I guess my dig could have hit a land drop, but I don't really want that to happen either. Guess my opponent could have can't have a force because they have a Lurrus in hand. What? Why? Why? Just go away. Go away. Oh, I drew the dead weight? Jeez. I could just go jet deadweight right now. It's probably even better. Now, even if they draw a Lurrus, I have a deadweight. Deadweight has been very good this league, I must admit. Gush. Am I allowed to counter this Gush? No, so now they can play Lurrus afterwards. That's so sick. Okay. Kind of have to hold up in my negation to keep my Lurrus alive. But what does this Lurrus do? This Lurrus plays a Black Lotus. It's not really the end of the world here. They have to have a way to answer my Lurrus right now through my negation. Gorilla Shaman. Okay. Man, we got all kinds of cards here. Just Brian Kellying it to the max. Jet down. Yeah, but Gorilla Shaman and Goblin Tinker, those answer artifacts. Deadweight, you see, that is anti-cap material. Did hit our mana situation, though, where it's kind of annoying. Not really, just kidding. This Dig Through Time doesn't have enough bad cards to hit. I will take, I don't know, Fluster Lorien. Maybe Strip Mine's better. Whatever, this is fine. My opponent... So my opponent took Brian Kelly's deck and then went harder. I can appreciate that. Gorilla Shaman down. All right. Oh, man. Wild. Okay. All right, welcome to round 5 of this Vintage League with Delver of Secrets. We are 3-1. We are going to try to see if we can go 4-1. Pretty solid record so far. And even the match we lost was pretty close. I have a cat. We are versus Eric, known lover of underground sea. Chat, are we keeping this probe no lands? Nah, probably not. Though, to be fair, if these Lorries revealed were Ponders, they would also still just be no land hands, right? Hello? All right, this one I'm going to keep. I have Force and Ancestral on the draw. So I'm going to keep this one. All right, well, jig is up. You've seen my hand. Probably not a great start for us, but I didn't really want to lose any more mana here. Mox Ruby means we're not playing against Doomsday. Basic Island. Uh-huh. Ponder. Key. No, he's just in leagues. He plays other stuff for some reason. Don't know why. Did not draw our land for turn. Unlucky. Psychic Frog. Yeah, that will lose us the game if it happens. All right, Frog down. It's nice. Mana? Even Wasteland lets me get a blue mana. Flare of Denial. All right, not good. Not a good... Borrow Goy. Yeah, we're not beating that. Borrow Goy or play Lurrus, which is better? Right, there's my land. A little too late, I would say. I can get a Delver in so that I can get Flare of Denial up. But I'm not really able to beat this card, right? MTG bot, but it's currently down with a new patch. Pretty sure I can't beat this Barrogoyf. That has already resolved, unfortunately. So it has Deathlink. It has Lifelink and Death Touch, and is a Tarmogoyf, and mills cards and returns creatures. Frog can't race it. No. No. This thing has Death Touch and Lifelink, and is a Tarmogoyf, and mills over cards and gets creatures. Oh, there's a frog too. Yeah, this card just kills you. It kills you dead. We don't have any removal in our main, so we're just gonna die. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have an Ancestral, so, like, theoretically, I can Ancestral next turn and then have a bunch of cards. Yeah, but I mean, we were never going to get to the point where Dress Down was... I don't know. I feel like pitching Dress Down was fine. If my opponent makes this attack, they flew their Goyf and... Sorry, they flew their Frog. I'm just going to see if my thing trades here, right? I just pitched 3 spells. Oh, no. No, there's instant creature sorcery. So yeah, I'm gonna make an attempt. If they have anything we lose, it's fine though. I'm okay with that. All right, so hopefully this beats the Barrogoyf, and then we still need to beat a frog, and we are 4 cards down and don't have our own frog anymore. Which seems bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know which deck I'd like to play in Modern. Why do they just eat cards out of their yard? What does that do? Ah. Is my is my opponent killing me with Oracle here because I got rid of my Flare? Very sweet. Awesome. Great. I literally have Ancestral Recall too. Every time I've ever tested Paradigm Shift, it's always been awful. But Eric seems to kill me a lot with it, so maybe I'm missing something here. All right, well, I need long goodbyes. Those seem very good. I mean, it's synergy. I wouldn't call it a combo, but it's definitely synergy. I don't know about combo. I'm just gonna put 1 Pierce down. Oh, maybe Vamp's actually worse. That's fine. We're kind of playing a tempo game where I have Lurrus and they don't. So as long as we don't get too far behind early, we'll win. Again, I have a Tundra and I have a Psychic Frog. I just tried to hit Gataxian Probe and did the wrong one. My bad. Mental misstep, sure. Pass? Okay, I will Wasteland you in your end step. If you want to Ancestral, that's fine. Go to 9 cards. Oh, Island Cycling. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good too. Basic Island. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that gets my black source. So that's nice. We got a plan. Yeah, this is all about getting ahead of your opponent. And last game we missed our land drop for too many turns, which is just a risk that we took to keep a strong hand. Certainly risky proposition. Oh, Strip Mine. Maybe I should just play Strip Mine then. I don't know. Kind of like getting Frog down. Unless I get dazed. I didn't look at their whole deck when they paradigm shifted. Probably should have. I know that there's Psychic Frogs and Barrogoyfs and blue restricted cards and Oracle and Shift, so I didn't feel like I needed to look, but probably still should have. I've played versus a couple times now on stream. Blue, blue. Time Walk. Sure. Now my Wastelands are going to look a little silly. Pearl. Surprised he has all these off-color Moxen in this deck. They're only really good with Barrogoyf. I guess they're okay with Paradigm Shift, but they're not that good with Oracle. I don't know. Not sure I like them very much. Is it worth it just for Barrogoyf? Maybe. Opponent has something the way they're F2ing through steps. Demonic Tutor. I don't really know what we're doing with that, but it looks pretty good. I like Wasteland this. Does that mean dig through time? Does that mean... It's gotta mean dig through time, right? Don't really feel like that's a spell that needs to be countered. But it could be. 3 cards remaining. Yeah, we can play Resource Denial with Strip Mine and Frog. Hit a blue card off Frog and get another force. So they had Force Paradigm Shift. Okay, yeah, you got it. Now the resources are pretty close. The Time Walk was pretty annoying. Just let them get a little bit ahead on mana. Okay, so 3 cards. First, we see what we draw, and then we decide what to DT for. Time Walk. Very good. Let's do it again. Now we get back a little bit of mana here. Force. I almost just like Demonic Ancestral myself. No. Well, yeah, I kind of like Demonic for Ancestral, but don't actually cast it and just Wasteland. And then if I don't need to use it, then I get to use an Ancestral. But if I do, I still have Force Blue card. And we can just keep hitting their mana sources. We have Frog. Kind of like this. Though I guess if my opponent plays land... so they're putting Force Dig C as their library cards. Okay. Like this is fine, right? We're just gonna end up ancestraling them. We've got a Strip Mine and Ancestral and Force backup. That is not a problem for us. Classic Doomsday. Yeah, Frog plus Wasteland is an effective combination gaming here. All right, submit. All right, I have a cat. We're lagging like crazy at the moment. What do we got? We've got Delver and we've got Frog, but we have no forces. I don't really like this hand, chat. This is like a modern hand. This is not a very vintagey hand. Legacy, even a legacy hand, this is like a little scary because of Wasteland. Guess I could fetch basic island, but I don't know. I don't like this hand. I feel like I need better. Ah, sick. Very cool. Very cool. All right, I will mulligan to 5. Uh-huh. All right. I don't expect to win this game, unfortunately. Maybe I should have just kept my bad 7. No, with London Wall, you can't just be keeping bad 7s like that. Lose too many games. Yeah. It's Doomsday. Not not good. Underground Sea Barrelgoyf? Time Walk. Okay. Does opponent's deck play Wasteland? I didn't check actually. And no follow-up land? What's going on over there? What's going on over there? I don't understand. What's happening? Ancestral? No? I don't know. Hey, look, a Black Lotus. I can't really do anything with this Black Lotus, though. Do we keep this? I guess we just keep it. Do I, like, keep Black Lotus as a representing counter magic kind of thing? You want me to go Demonic Tutor Mox Frog? That is a lot of card disadvantage. I don't think I can ever really recommend doing that. Like, if my opponent's not doing anything with their hand, doesn't it mean they have a bunch of interaction? I don't really like that. I feel like we need to get, like, Ancestral Recall, and I actually want these other cards so that we're doing something. I'm just gonna get the Black Lotus and pass. My opponent says they misclicked on their Ponder. I see. Unlucky. Frog. All right, so now we can, like, Demonic for Long Goodbye on the Frog. And that would let us play a Frog as well and still have... I kind of want it to cruise, which is a little unfortunate, but... Oh, well. Oh, I guess I don't have enough mana Demonic and Long Goodbye and Frog. Oh, well. I just want to make sure this Frog dies. Feels like the way we lose the game. Delver of Secrets. Oh, I just play around Mindbreak Trap. Uncounterable. Delver you. Yeah, it would have been better if I kept Cruise, maybe. Not that much better, though. Not that many cards in the yard. Another Frog. That's kind of unfortunate. They're going to have more cards in hand than me as well. I don't know. Maybe we'll reveal another Long Goodbye. Tundra. Unlucky. Well. Not good, chat. We're going to lose the Frog battle here. Oh, I mean, Frog is just a ton better than Ragavan. Ragavan is, like I said before, not a very good card. I could have chumped with my Delver here. Maybe I'm supposed to. Feels bad. Don't know if I want to do that. I was not expecting second frog, which is unfortunate, but I also don't really know how I would have played around it. My opponent did keep a 7 and led with Ponder, Lotus, Time Walk, so things could have been worse. We are in significant trouble. They did shuffle off the Ponder, though. My opponent got dig through time. Ah, this is falling apart in front of our eyes. The good news is we're probably going to get hit with the frog. Get a hit with the frog. The bad news is we're dying. All right, Delver of Secrets. Reveal Long Goodbye. Revealed Mox Jet. That's not an instant or sorcery. Unlucky. Don't feel like... I guess I can jump with this Delver. Maybe I should have just done it last turn. I felt like if the Delver flipped, it would be pretty good. Like, getting in for 3 extra damage. What's so good about the frog? It draws cards. It draws cards. Yeah, that's it. It's unkillable, unblockable. Gets cards out of your graveyard. It's a masterpiece. Am I dead? I felt like I had to buy Lurrus, and if I wasn't buying Lurrus, I was just, yeah, all right, I'm just dead. I mean, whatever. There's nothing I can really do about this. I was just like 8,000 cards behind. Just never going to win this game after mulliganing that much. All right, we've been vanquished by Paradigm Shift Oracle. Even when Eric is not on Doomsday, he's still on Doomsday. All right, not bad. 3-2 performance here for Delver of Secrets. I think we take that. I had written some notes in chat as we went. I think the first thing that makes sense is I want to take a Gush and put the Gush in the deck. That's numero uno. Gush is so good with Frog. And then I want to cut the white cards. I don't like the white cards. We're going to go this and do this. And we're going to cut these. And then we're going to fix the fetch lands. And then we're going to grab Island. I don't really feel like you need that much dedicated graveyard hate right now. I wouldn't play Leyline. Islands. Probably just another... I'd probably play a tap one. You could play a Sanctuary, or you could play an Undercity Sewers, or you could just play another fetch land. This is a pretty good Mystic Sanctuary deck, all things considered. But it's also a deck that would be pretty good for Undercity Sewers. I kind of like Undercity Sewers more than I like Mystic Sanctuary, but whatever, each their own here. Maybe you don't even need it, right? Because I cut 2 Lavinias, so maybe we don't even play that. And then I want to cut the Lorians, and I want to play Ponders, and I want to play more Dress Downs. I do want a 1 removal spell in the main. What's the best removal spell? Is it just Fatal Push? Probably just Fatal Push. Is this chain still? I don't really like this chain. Oh, it's probably Feed the Swarm, actually. Put the Fatal Push in the board, and it's probably just Feed the Swarm. Maybe that's too many. I mean, we're in blue-black, so not really. Why do Bowmasters stop being a thing? I think Bowmasters is mostly fake and kind of always has been. Can I cut all the Lorians without adding a land? Probably. The Lorians like very rarely made a land there. I added a bunch of Ponders. I think it's probably fine. I don't know. Maybe 4 dress down feels like a lot because we don't have Moxen. I think 4 dress down's a lot. Let's do the sewers instead. And then the sideboard is like way too many things. What did I cut? I cut Lavinia, Swords, and Containment Priest. So I want Lantern and Cage. Bowmaster in decline? I can't tell you what's in decline. There's no data. There's just absolutely no data, so I can't tell you. I guess Cage is kind of shit when I don't have a Saga, huh? So just play some Lanterns. There's traps already in the board. I don't know, something like this. This is fine. This gives us more answers to Saga and specifically construct tokens in the form of dress downs. Makes us a little bit leaner with Ponders, fixes our mana base with more fetches and another land, and then adds Gush for additional power. I would go with this if I were to change up this list. This is pretty similar. I think I would have probably played something like this if I had changed the list beforehand. Maybe I wouldn't have come up with a couple of the things we learned during the league, but yeah, this is where I would go. Thank you again to Sean for donating to see this deck played. It was pretty fun. I actually was pretty impressed with the 1 Flare of Denial. I didn't mind it at all. The Delvers were not great, but it is what it is. But the Flare of Denial was pretty sweet, and the Psychic Frogs were, of course, fantastic. They were the linchpin of the deck, getting us most of our wins, so very cool. If you want to see your deck list played on this channel, make sure to check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. More videos like this one every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on my YouTube channel. I will see you then.